Hey, what's up everybody? Kirkpatrick here, going to give you a quick lesson on rhythm notation. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and make our percussion track. There we go. Alright, cool. So yeah, basically rhythm is this idea of something in space. You know, if you're thinking about a clock ticking by seconds, if we could play off that, you know, here's the clock ticking, right? Snapping my finger. If we want to play a rhythm off that, we're going to do a rhythm that's in coordinates to that pulse or that beat. Namely, we call that the quarter note, which is this guy right here. We can see the quarter note, or aka beat, is equivalent to 120 BPM. So BPM means beats per minute. So if I put in 4 quarter notes, there we go, and I play these, you would expect each quarter note to be worth half a second in time duration, you know, in coordinates to our time system in general, just what a second is, how we measure a second, rather. So, yeah, if we want to change these to eighth notes, all we're going to do is go ahead and click on our, we're going to highlight all these and click on our magic eighth note button, and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste so that we have 8 eighth notes. And if we listen to this, it's twice as fast as a quarter note. So all these notes are just ideas that are relative to the note beforehand, so long as this is staying constant. This is called our tempo. The next thing we want to look at is our time signature. All the time signature is telling us what we want in a single measure, aka bar. So most music, I'd say somewhere above 90%, is written in 4/4. All 4/4 means is that there's 4 quarter notes per bar. The 4 on bottom denotes what kind of note you're talking about, quarter note, and the number on top talks about how many of the number on bottom you have. So since the number on bottom 4 means quarter note, it means 4 quarter notes. We'll get more into time signatures later. For now, we're just going to keep it a little bit more basic. So yeah, what I'd recommend doing if you are really interested in learning how to do rhythm, or you know, learn how to construct rhythms and whatnot, play around with this program. We've got 8 eighth notes right here, right? So say I take these 2 eighth notes and I make them 16th notes. Well, all of a sudden, now the bar is not complete, and you can tell by this little flag hanging off. And also down here, the program will tell you you have 3.5 beats done out of the 4 beats required for this measure, since it is 4/4. I guess technically it's not required, but if I go over here and put a rest, then it'll take up the whole bar and it'll be green and life will go on and be happy. So if I were you, I would play around with this program. Honestly, it really doesn't take a whole lot to learn how the rhythms correspond to each other. You just have to be patient and learn how to sit down with it. There's also tons of rhythm books that you can pick up. I'll also probably be uploading some quick lessons that I've done before with my students and whatnot up somewhere, so you can download those and use those to practice. Maybe I'll put up some patch notes or something like that, just on your own time kind of thing. But yeah, so outside of that, I want to just briefly talk about the relationships between all these notes. So if we have a quarter note, if we want to make that equivalent to anything like, say, eighth notes, then we would need 2 eighth notes. If we want to make the quarter note into 16th notes, then we'll need 4 of them, and you can see down there it's completing up to a beat. If we go to 32nd notes, we're going to need 8 of them per beat. Once again, you can see down there it's filling in so that we know that's 1 beat. And obviously as we go further, you know, from 8th note to 16th note to 32nd note, the notes appear to be quote-unquote faster. But realize this isn't really faster, it's just more divisions in relationship to the beginning BPM that we're starting with, which is 120. So these notes, these 32nd notes, are only fast because our tempo is 120. If I change the tempo to, say, 60, which is half that, then these notes are going to be half as fast, which, again, not all too fast now. So that's kind of the basic idea of rhythm. We're going to go ahead and set this guy back up to 120. Yeah, when the harder part is understanding, you know, how do I take with what I hear in my head and put it down on paper? Like, how do I take this rhythm, da 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 da, and just know how to write that out? Well, it takes practice, and like I said, I'll probably make some lessons for you guys so that you can step up your game on that. But basically, first and foremost, you got to learn how to count, and counting is the biggest thing as far as music goes, pretty much ever. Um, and you can see in 4/4, these are all grouped into 4 different groups. If I can highlight that, there we go. So you'll notice that this is going to be your 1, this will be your 2, this will be your 3, and this will be your 4. And you'll notice if I make these 16th notes, if I go ahead and insert all these guys to be 16th notes, it'll make that one block, or quote-unquote beat 3. So this would be like beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and then beat 4. And you'll notice the 16th notes are twice as fast as the 8th notes. Right, so there's that rhythm. Dut, 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 dut. Okay, well now how do we count that? 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. That's all there is to it. So I would recommend picking up a book. Again, I'll probably make some lessons demonstrating the actual like notation for how I got the 1 and the 1E and I'll get more into triplets and all that other stuff a little bit later. This is just kind of to show you the basic rhythm in general, you know, what you can do with it. On basic terms. I'll probably branch off a little bit more here on the rhythm notation side into a little bit more advanced rhythm theory, if you will, a little bit later. I feel like I'm stepping a little bit away from teaching you how to use Guitar Pro. So if you're more interested in learning how to actually read and write rhythms and get a little bit crazier with it, I'll be, you know, I'll make some videos for that series if it's wanted in a little bit of a later time. But yeah, for now, please enjoy, and there should be another video coming up soon, and we'll start talking about some basic beats and possibly some more advanced beats.